Hello, everybody. What? I have an eye back. All my ladies in the tonight, and you can get your eye back just by squeezy. No big guy. Oh my God. Did you guys feel the excitement of that moment? Well, I can actually see again. Might be a travel day. Yeah. But I am so delightful. It's like, wow, I can like see again. And yeah, you get like a little bit like, okay, so what else is going to happen? Yeah, let's just check it. Let's just check it. Okay. And it, you don't even think about it, but it's like, you know, Brahma Soleil, right? She passes by Brahma Soleil, and then right on the trip, and under the Tuscany sun, that's it. She's smitten, and these are little teeny smitten areas that we go to, and we try to find something, right? We remember what it was, right? We have all these things that we try to do, places we try to go, and we're on an opportunity to have an entertainment for ourselves. Yeah, my parents and I came here a ton of times to go over across the street and have pancakes. There's a little cafeteria. It's nothing special, but it's like a local kind of, mom and pop, nosedive shop. And I remember being so filled with anxiety, I didn't want to go in. And that was the journey, because somebody tells you you are crazy, you are bipolar, you are schizophrenic, you are less than a person. They'll tell you that you can't do anything. Just take this pill. Just march over there. And you do it. You just march over there. And you don't do anything with your life. You just settle for, here's that pill. Now I'm here. Blah, blah, blah. And here you're like, here I'm going. Okay, yeah. Midlife crisis. I didn't get the Corvette. Shut your mouth. You think you were. Now, I agree. You should get the Corvette. However, comma, that gives you the experiences that you were always wanting to have. Or, if for some reason, if you wanted, you got the Dodge Charger, or you got the Camaro, or you got the, a Lamborghini, or the Ferrari. I mean, these are the classic cases of it's yours, it's your baby, you pamper it, you love it, you learn to care again. You learn to appreciate something, that costs much less than your wife or your kids ever did, or even sometimes in my case, this dog. So you're like, I'm gonna love you, I'm gonna care for you. You're beyond the Jonah, His God was like, he's like, I really want to see God's wrath. And there, of course, the people of Nineveh were like, well, here it goes. Sackcloth, wailing, weeping, repentance, and, ashes on our forehead. And God was like, I'm impressed enough. Forgiven. And then, and Jonah's like, where's the wrath of God? Where's the big thunder? And the lightning? I wanted to see it. I was not born to see Sodom go down. SA. So he's like, wrath of God is coming. Because you people are jacked up. There's no way he's going to say this today. But they did it. They did it. They prostrated themselves. They prayed. They wailed. They wept. They cleaned the city up while they did that. They cleaned themselves up. They humbled themselves. Neighbor to neighbor, they were just like, here's some food for you. I know you've been starving at my gate for a while. And they started to do the things that made sense to be, a good neighbor. And the king also made it an edict, so that didn't, it's like once the king says, yeah, you know what, we really ought to have a day. Let's just I declare it, we're going to do this. And so that's the beauty of the cleanup project, is that a lot of people are like, are you going to be ready for God when he comes? And there's, God's like, my wrath is coming. I sent the prophet. You got 3 days. Don't eat that muffin. And everybody was like, I was like really surprised, because like I feel like God would be like, it would definitely, in the book of Revelation, it does say he's coming on the clouds. We even sing the song, I see the King of Glory coming on the clouds with fire. The people, the whole earth sings. And like, they're singing. The whole earth shakes. Or I think there's going to be a sign for you long enough for you to be like, yeah, I can repent. I can say some things. I'm really bad. I'm bad, and I really want to shake it off, and I want that blessing. Why not? Why not be a part of the party, right? Instead of a part of the, I don't know, the kind of whatever that, the other side, right? Not so good. A little bit burnt, a little bit, but not burnt as in like beef burnt tips, right? No, it's bad. So there you go, and there you are, and there you were, and now you're here right in the present, right? And so in present day, I don't even know if I lost my train of thought, but getting back to Jonah. So the shade tree, God built him a shaded tree as he goes up on the mountainside or hillside to look down at the city. And God's like, hey, I know you're mad because I didn't get mad. Love you so much. You're so great. Love you, Jonah. Thanks for doing what I told you to do in the first place. Is that well? And Jonah's like, So, and it's just this beautiful story of how God's like, and how God's like God, and he's really trying, and he really understands, because Jonah's like he's totally amped up on wrath. I want to wrath you. Ooh, okay, and so but not you. I love you, love. And so it's no big deal. At any rate, I don't know if it'll show, but I don't want to wrath you. Don't want to wrath you. We're peace with each other. No wrathing. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay. And back to me. So he gets he gets under the shade tree, and then it withers because the sun comes up, and it's really hot there, so it withers. And after like a couple of hours, and it's so weird because I feel like that's kind of how I feel. Like, I feel like part of me is going to wither if I don't have like these open experiences and go through some pain, but also be like, hey, did I get through that? And yeah, was that a good restaurant? And yeah, was that good food? And yeah, I could stay hidden away, or I could go out and try to enjoy life and do it, maybe do it too boldly, maybe too boldly, too happily, but it's what I feel drawn to do. And it's kind of like sorry, my dog is got that. Yeah, let it go. Let it go. We all have our morning routine, which I'll get back to in a moment. So the tree withers, and now John is sweating beside the tree. But God stays with him. Did you know? He goes, I don't understand. I didn't get the wrath. I smell like well-entered sand. Yeah, I gotta tell you, now I don't even have shade. And God has this very simple answer. He said, the rest I take care of. I got this, but the tree I gave you, you didn't take care of it. That was it. And it's just like, wow. Very simple, very to the point. What I gave you, you didn't take care of. And so it's really devastating when you don't take care of something. And I feel like it has this like kind of fallout girl, fallout boy effect where you're like, was that the girl for him? Was that the guy for him? Was that the moment for him? But he's seeing, and there's this whole scene in front of him in this fallout boy, am I more than you bargained for? Yeah, I'm dying to tell you. And then, are you prepared for the answer? I mean, are you prepared for the fact that, I don't think he should have been watching the two of them make out, but but that's lust, because he immediately goes right to, I wish I could be the friction in your jeans. So it's not real. He just has to pick up and like go and get the girl who wants him, get the guy who wants her, right? Because it's not that he's and look at how he's like elevated. He's like, am I more than you bargained for? Yeah, I'm dying to tell you. He doesn't tell him. So he's got mirror. The mirror he sees, he's got mirror like kudos, right? You get in your mirror, you're like, oh, I got the mirror kudos, I can do this. And you get in front of the girl or the guy and you're like, nah. What? I don't even like you. Get away from me. Oh my God. I totally didn't mean to do that, but yeah. You're ugly. Oh God, what did I just say? So you just have, because that's like sometimes the way, like the mirror confidence is not, even the YouTube confidence is not like outer worldly confidence. You get out there and you're like, I'm not looking at you. Oh my God, I'm on the train and it feels like heaven is open, I've got glasses, I got my phone, Roger that. I'm unimportant. The world is bigger than I thought. I'm so small. I'm so small. I'm so small. So yeah, there's the indoor you and there's the outdoor. I have a car me and there's an out of the car me. So, and I'm just like, hey, hi, are you that girl? And I'm like, hey, I because I'm not, I step out of the car and I don't have I can't change who I am, but like that, it's like, oh, is that your car and trailer? Okay, well, here's your Cheesecake Factory order. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah. I get home to our home. Okay. But so, like, how do you adapt to, like, what you have and be grateful for it? Because you meet other people who are homeless, and when you get outside, they're, like, impressive. If only I had, you know what I mean? Most people, like, they figure, I get a car, I get to use this, I'll just use what I have. And most people don't say, I'm going to get a trailer. Most people, I was looking at, Thor, the Thunder truck with, everything in it. And I see people all the time on the road, and some people love it and some people hate it because you're different, looking at a different chassis. You're looking at least the 3500 series chassis with $3,500 chassis problems. So it doesn't mean everything goes wrong. Some people love it, love it, love it. And when I say that, you're going to experience different problems as you get used to it. Then when you get used to it, you might love it, if you were able to overcome. So even when you get into your house, you're like, oh, I love this house. This is so cute. But there's a problem over here. And I'm not staying here another night until you get rid of that gremlin looking at me. I'm just not. So we have all these places in our head that are supposed to be like the safe place, right? And then you can look at movie after movie. I mean, I don't know if it was it The Burbs with Tom Hanks? And he was like, the perfect house, and the perfect block. And his neighbors just start, and the house turns against him. Everything goes haywire. It is crazy, right? And then this cop, Simon Pegg, he gets reassigned. He's like top official. He's everything's orderly. He's got the style of the man, and basically he promotes himself down and into like a country village. But that's where all the murderers are because everything looks perfect, right? It's like so perfect. And then people start like dying viciously, right? Because old people have lived a while, so, they know how to kill. So it's so crazy. And then, it looks perfect, but everybody's like, so go figure, right? Now I've got to be afraid of old towns. Can a girl just get a beer, get tipsy, and just sleep it off in her car? Oh, wait, I already did that. Like 3 towns several months ago. So you do find, yeah, it was actually someone's house. It was that someone had like an open, I don't know, wine and beer barn, and it was beautiful. And it was so nice. And I was just like, wow, what is this? Let's just go here. And it wasn't great to Like, I couldn't stay there long term, but I had like a beer, 2 beers. I don't think I finished the second beer because the glass was tall. And I have no tolerance. So I went there and I was like, beer. And I was going to just lay out on the grass. It was that kind of day until I looked at the grass and I realized we were being bitten at the table. So I was like, yeah, let's not do that, because I didn't bring a blanket. I had my sleeping bag, but I didn't have a blanket. So the dog was doing okay. He was in the pram. I let him go a few times, and he did pretty well. A puppy paw, poo-poo, and all that stuff. Yeah. And then, yeah, I'm talking about you, looking at you. And he's so good at winking. And he's so smart, he does it with the right eye. So he winks back with the eye that he sees. He's amazing. So, any rate, Mom's got to be Mom, because he's awake. You heard Puppy, and he knows that's him. So just cleaning his face, because that's what I do, and he's getting annoyed. So anyway, but that's what you just realize every place has a slight fear, a slight taboo. And here, I didn't even know it until like last night. They were like, oh, somebody's been punking you because some high schooler said they were scared of you. And now it's been so long that you've lived in the house, they're graduating. And I was like, what? So, like, I finally have, like, my first mental break of all these people stalking me. Obviously, that's not true. And I was like, what the hell? Who could this have been? And they're like, you don't know what we were talking about? I'm like, you don't even know what school they go to? I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. I never knew what you were saying. I think, don't car yell, scream. I do it, but I'm loud. I think people can somewhat hear me. And also I'm an alto, so it's not, screechy. But I was like, that's about it. So when you say don't pay attention to it, and it's like, I hear your voice on the wind. Well, that's not the voice I wanted to hear. Thank you, Bethel. So, and then, will you come and tear down the boxes that I have tried to put you in? Let love come. They will take me where you want me to be. Come do whatever you want to. So that's, our cry to Christ, for God, it's a really nice, I'm messing up the words a little bit, so go to Bethel and look it up. But it's a really interesting song, and I sing it, and it's, is this, and it really just, it's really a Peter on the Water song. It's that, you're out there and then the waves crash over, and I'm not where, the rest of the song is, I'm not where you want me to be. I'm going under, I'm in over my head. So that's what it's been like the last couple of years. Wave after wave, so it's like, then you crash over me, and I'm not where I need to be. I'm going under. But no, I'm right where you want me to be. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's actually kind of a happy song. So when the waves crash over you, and she says, I'm right where you want me to be. I'm going under, I'm in over my head. So sometimes the overwhelming sensation you get is your way of going, excuse me, something right here, so help, help, help. And that's because everybody says, "Oh, I'm really stressed out. Something's wrong." Yeah, something's wrong. This is where you get to figure all that out. But it might be something really simple, like somebody saw me and they just didn't know me from the neighborhood. So, yeah, once I was there for 5 years, and now this is the 6th year that I've kind of held my ground. It doesn't seem like I was trying to attack them, because I was like, I better stay, and one more, I'll come back to the area. And then I find out that they feel like all of this is because of some, you know, person who feels, you know, convinced that it had to be me who did something. So I was like, oh, okay, this can be cleared up. I mean, but people automatically, like, you know, when it's, you know, a child, they automatically just say, oh, you can't be the one who has graces of God, right? You know, you can't do that. So I've gotten all kinds of, you know, like labels, you know, really get rid of this person, get rid of that person. So we're going to move because they're open now. And I'm sure the locals would be more than happy to have that happen. But yeah, so that clears it up in my mind, because I really didn't know what happened. I mean, I was experiencing my Armageddon, but it's not like, but when I'm like, can you just tell me what's going on? And they're like, nope. If you didn't know what you did was bad. And I was like that too. Some people, you know, did something, you know, in my hotel, which affected another guest, not me. I was sleeping. I had pneumonia. Or like the flu, because I don't think I was getting pneumonia anymore after that. And you know, I was awake, and you know, my guest called me, and they're like, I'm gonna call the Airbnb, I'm gonna call the police, and you can't. I was like, oh my god, what's going on? And you know, all this stuff. So I was like, okay, so I asked the person, I was like, he's like, what, do you know why you're doing it? And I'm like, you don't know why? You don't know what just took place? Like, you don't know your present state. And that's, next time I'm going to be like, because the police do that to you. They're like, do you know why you were pulled? Oh, okay, well then you have to prove your guilt. Or just admit it. And they're like, well, that's right. Why don't you get out of the car and we'll arrest you? But if you go, I don't know, I didn't do anything. Now, if they saw you and they were a witness, it's one thing. If not, and you were unawares, they're going to try to find out your state. So your unaware state was, you know, this, then they can understand. And they can posthumously give you a warning not to be a total, you know, jack-a-nanny again, right? So, or jack-a-nanny. Is it jack-a-nanny? I don't know why they do that to nannies. Or, you know, so, yeah. And then you get the wake-up call because you're like, yeah, I was not right, you know, but I was trying to get right. But sometimes you get caught trying. And so that's why, you know, I think Yoda was like, you know, yeah, I know you're trying, but why don't you just do it? Or just be right, you know? And it's not always easy, right? Because we're just like, oh, I'm fiddling with the keys and, you know, like I made a turn the other day because, what was I doing? I was like, oh, I smell gas. And I'm like, let me pull over. I was at the light. It was my light, but traffic could come this way. And I was like, oh yeah, I better pull over. And I'm like, but I'm making a left. Okay, so this car is like, really, lady? Really? And I was like, because, you know, he's coming and he's like, mm-hmm. And I was so, you know, we didn't hit or anything, but I was just like, oh, yeah, you go. yeah, you have right away. Yeah, because I stopped. So you pay attention to everything else when you need road attention. So sometimes I don't go out because, and I don't go far because I don't have road attention. I'm missing a contact, and I do have backup glasses and everything. But the point is, if your eye's in pain and swelling, that's not a good time. So I think there's just choices you make that prolong stuff, but then you have other circumstances beneath that, and people are still kind of like bat, boom, bat, bat, boom. You go, you go. And you don't, you're just like, well, you waited long enough, and then you're like, I can't take it anymore. I'm just like, I'm gonna have to strengthen my arms and percussion and qigong in the back with my fist and roll it, roll it, roll it. And you're just, percussion, 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 percussion. And you land blast your body to get you, on the quick. So that because if every little thing comes at you and it's doing 1,000 cuts, you can do bigger, percussion wounds. This helps kind of, okay. I'm not saying giving yourself a Charlie horse, but it strengthens your resolve. It's not a walk. It's just whatever your little thing is. My little thing is, if this is that painful, go ahead and do some percussion massage therapy. And most people do this. Not, bald fist, very light, very light. But then you can change the modality to the spec of what feels good to you. And you check it out with a chiropractor just to get in touch with your inner peaceful self. And that actually works to let you know what you're looking for. Because like some people, they like, spiked nails shiatsu. Like the hardest acrylic you can find, my nails are made of steel. And you got diamond fingertips and just, and then the rest of the world is like, I'll have a deep tissue mild. And then you're just like, oh, that sounds really good. And then you like fall asleep, I'm like, you want woke or you want to sleep? I can take you to both places. It's true. I mean, and so, yeah. So it's a mysterious kind of thing, And, but with with everyone afterwards, they have to hydrate. So I have like my little massage table, my music, ocean waves, music, flushing it out. And then I give everyone water. You're covered. If I work on a part, everything else is covered. Except for that part. Through a draping technique, all those things I learned in class from a very wise teacher who I wish I hadn't pissed off. But I'm an INTJ, so I tend to bring the wrong brats. Don't be bringing that up in here. Okay. Yeah, we all agree. So, and you're just like, oh, I thought it was a legit. No, it's not. Don't ask again. So that's about it. But, so I was very attentive. Realized that people don't talk as much, so they're just like, hey, golly, yeah, working on this project. You got the contract? Okay, job. Okay, yeah, back to me. I'm like, it's perfect environment. So, yeah, I'm good. But meanwhile, yeah, I would not, the only thing is, I think it's just, go to if you are, you know, I don't think I would have, been as I don't think I would have been as presumptuous if I hadn't met um, someone who was like, check your, what are your four letters, or like, what's your numbers? Are you INT? Are you this? How do you identify? And so, isn't it something that the top four reasons? Well, I would say the top four reasons are perfect for why we can assimilate, or why we can't assimilate. Sometimes we walk into a room, we're like, hey, how you doing? It's like, hi, everybody, and you're just happy-go-lucky. And they'll ask you questions later, like, what are you doing here? Why do you like to be here? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I hung out with this group over here. Oh, you know Ned's people. And then it becomes easier for them to identify with you, Whereas, here for me, it's like I've been here all my life, but invisible. So people, I'm not saying, so this part of me was very filled out. So, and my legs weren't as defined as they are now. And, and I kind of have almost a shape now. So more, it's, becoming more hour, and then just apple, so, and so there, people are like, who are you? Where are you coming from? I'm like, I've been here all my life, excuse me, but I can't get offended, because it's just being out in good air actually does it for you. So I didn't even realize it, that people just weren't, they weren't, I wasn't actually doing anything wrong. They did just not. I mean, isn't that funny how they were just like, we couldn't do something bad to her because she doesn't, necessarily belong. And I was like, wait, no, 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 no. I was like, how long have you been here? And it was like 7 years. And I was like, oh, so from the time that happened, I basically, I went through kind of a transformation, and that transformation put other people's lives in the crazy zone, because some people didn't get the Camaro, right? But they had a heart attack. So, I mean, it's the gift, right? It's a change. Some people in my life who grew up, and I know it's not that I want to laugh because I'm unsympathetic, but look, if you don't start to live the life you want to live, you're going to have a little bit of a problem. And your body, I think, naturally goes through, like, it'll punk you. And it'll be like, I know you've always wanted this car. I know you've always wanted this thing. I know you've always, kind of wanted to walk over here. And it actually can be scary, because people are like, I'm seeing this girl I used to know, and she's devastated, right? And I'm like, nope, I'm not devastated. My biggest fears are, like I said, out here, your biggest fear is your when and where not matching. So what does that mean? You can't find a bathroom, and you don't make it to the bathroom. Or it's like you go to a town, and it's a small town, and everything is closed at 8 o'clock on Saturday. And it doesn't open back up till Wednesday. And you got one granola bar. 1 bottle of water. You put the so that is what is happening. And what you discover is that somewhere between Friday and Tuesday is a dead zone. And you're going to have food issues. You're going to have food shortages. And yeah, it's going to be like that. So yeah, so you're like, oh my God, I'll just wait till the weekend and get everything done then. Forget that. I usually have everything I need by a certain date. I make all my appointments, so everything like that, and that's what you have to do. It's like I don't know. It's like being stuck in. I want to say some sort of merry-go-round, right? Where it's just food, gas, shelter. Clean food, gas, shelter, and then add into it like any daily drama, and yeah, you're not as happy. So come on over, put that back down there, and your space is limited, right? Cars are small, right? So plus he likes to have the back seat and everything. Come here, come here, come here, come here. He's such a little thing. I get worried about his weight. Come here. But I have to check him. His poopies have been really good. Strong and big. But not too big. And he's good. So we are going to do his hair. The weather is pretty good. And get some hair done. I cut his face so you can see the hair on the face has been cut. And then the hair on the body, I'm waiting because we're just going to get him a wash and a blow dry out. And he's going to be big. But this is because we're going to try to find a mountain. We're going to be in the mountains to try to keep cool. Hopefully we won't run into too many hopefully the mountain I choose, we won't run into too many, ticks, bugs. That's incredible. They get an incredible amount of flies on the mountains. The things that don't make it down to you, or you don't know about until you go someplace else. But, and how do I know this? Because I was on a mountain. And when I had my house on the mountain, I was like, oh, this is so pretty. Look at that. Oh, that dog is huge. He walks funny. Like he's hesitating with each step. Cuddle time, sorry. He has onto the wheel and presses himself into me. Because belly rubs do that. I always say, are you riding dirty? And then, yeah, he's good. So, yeah. He's also doing burps. Yeah. He's happy. Okay. So, yeah, but yeah, so, he's really enjoying that. Okay, cutie puppy. Okay. It's going down on the wheel now. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's laying his head on the wheel. So. He's amazing. It's Betty Rip time. It's riding. So, that was one of yours. That was one of yours. That was one of yours. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. So he's. Oh, that's a big burp. Okay. Well, let's go. Let's do that. Okay. You burping? Okay. So yeah, he's good. Okay, so he's good. He's a good boy. So I have to say, we're doing pretty well. Hopefully, we're and he's comfortable here. I was scared at first, and everything, but everything's going good. Like I said, I discovered why, and now that I find it, I'm like, it's lackluster because I don't remember the person, and it could have been any little incident, and I don't know what it was, and because I meet so many people, see so many people every day, I wouldn't know what happened, and I'm just like, oh well, and they just were afraid because they thought, well, who's a stranger, and I was like, it would be really, cool to probably take that to the next level and, punk me with it. But that's it. For some reason, things have worked out pretty well. My eye is on the mend, but of course, I can't touch it until I put Mr. He sits with his butt, and I have to clean that area on my cup holder side. And so, and he leans in over to me. Not that there isn't room on my lap, but he likes to look out the window and everything, and he gets a more, shall we say, boost. He gets a booster seat, and he can see out the window. So he loves the middle now. That's where he goes and everything. And I cleaned out the back seat, so at least on one side. The trash is here, and then I can reach water, and my dirty clothes are at the ready. So we have a lot of unorganized organization. So we're good to go. And then we're in like such a stellar mood. We're just going to ruin it by finishing filing our taxes. So that's about it. And I'm going to grab the documents today and go for it. That's it. We're going to fix out, we have to go and fix what we need for this area, but that's about it. I mean, we should be good to go. Yeah. Oh, I'm loving you. I'm loving you. I'm loving you so much. So yeah. And it's really like the weather here is super great. So I can see how like a bunch of people would move over to this way, and then as soon as the hot weather comes, move all the way up that way. But there's just some things I need to take care of, so that's why. And then we should be good. So isn't that great? Just down to 2 things. Got all the rest of my popcorn list done. So we could actually travel out today. And I am hopefully feel really good about that. So, it wouldn't be that far of a trip, but yeah. And then I think when we get to kind of like the halfway mark, we'll think about where we want to be resort wise. But there is a place on here, and I'm going to try to make a reservation for a quick hotel stop, just to be able to wash my hair, things like that. When you're out there, which we could be out in about, I'd say probably less than 14 hours, we'd be able to take a shower. Around here, they don't let you take it. The trucker stops are for truckers. They don't really let you blend. But some places might, but it's like you have to go be over there, and they're more respectful. So then you can just, pay like $7, $10, whatever, and something like that, and they'll let you in. So that, if it was just me, it would be one thing, but all of the nomads warn you about that. Also, it's a shame because most of the parks do open up. Oop, how are you? Oh my God, you're totally cuddling bugging. Most of the parks open up here. He loves this. When I'm about to leave. So it behooves you to just try to finish out getting your stuff done. Anyway, I'm going to get going from this spot because we're hungry. We need breakfast. So yeah, he is very attached. And this is really hard for him to let go of mommy. So he's just got his head like right on me. And then we just do what we can do. As you can see, I apply my makeup really fast. We were already clean. I just decided to do a morning video just to follow up. It's not really anything going on here per se. I'm not trapped. I'm not, under a rock. There isn't a bear chasing me. Like I said, that dog was a bear. And, I was going to make my, challah bread. Because I make it because my family used to come to my house out there. And I would make French toast and challah bread. And, I tried to do it per the directions of this lady who was, I watched InScene. And basically, so I did like 4 loaves and froze the rest. So when my family came, I had like wax paper and a tray of like biscuits from Magnolia, from Chippin. Why am I not knowing her name right now? Oh my goodness. Her name's not Diana. What am I doing? Chip. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, that's sacrilege. Like the time I looked and I'm like, oh my God, who is that? Oh my God. And it was Karl Lagerfeld, right? And you're just like, oh, you should know this. You picked up your first Vogue when you were in diapers. So, unfortunately I had no idea. Yeah. So anyway, I didn't know you had to pay for it. So I actually was 5 and I was a forgetful 5. So the lady was like, do you want anything else? I was like, do you have anything else to pay for? I'm like, no, I don't. I didn't realize I was holding the magazines. And super, super smart, right? And I'm like holding them. And my mom looks at me and she's like, "Do you have anything?" I'm like, "I don't have anything." you know? And I'm like, so that's it. And I was like, we walked out the store and I was just like, do, 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 do. My mom just takes me, she's like, "How are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just splendid, mother." And so we walked out and she's like, it's like, "You have been so well behaved." I was like, "Mother." um, by the way, what are these magazines doing in my hand? She was, my mom was like, let's walk faster. Let's walk faster." I was like, "Okay, if you want them, you want to hold them." Yeah, so, well, oh, okay. Um, I do want to mention this product right now. And then I'm going to go. So we changed our cleaning routine because I was using a lot of wipes and wet ones. They're not good for the environment or toilets. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about this product I just have right now. And we're basically, we're trying to go washcloth only, but this is the product, okay? Now, this is a comparative to Cetaphil, okay? You don't need much, and it cleans your whole body very well, and it's good for all skin types. It soothes as it cleanses. It's a mild, non-irritating formula for face and body. It's paraben-free. And let me just say, it's a mild, non-drying formula. Won't irritate skin, sensitive skin. Helps leave skin feeling smooth and healthy. This product is mild enough for all skin types. It's soap-free, fragrance-free, and it's comedogenic. Okay? You apply without water. 2 steps. Apply a liberal amount to the skin and rub gently. The unique low lathering formula allows gentle yet thorough cleansing. Remove excess with soft cloth, leaving a thin film of this product on the skin. The emollient quality will leave the skin soft and moist. With water, apply to the skin, rub gently, and rinse. This is so nice. And I'm going to tell you, you don't need that much. When they say liberal, I mean, not that much. And I just did my hands. It's perfect. And of course, the dog, he goes from chair to feast, or feast and famine. But sometimes what happens is, and it's just time, right here where our drinks are kept in the middle, see that drippage? That's because sometimes I clean it and I soak it, but we still got to put a drink there, and then we slough it out. We have to rub it out. So that's all. So make sure you keep that area clean, because that's probably where Miss Infection Butt Sitter had come from. So we're going to take care of that, get the water out, and throw that in the trash can. So you do have to keep that clean. And then, and I could sleep. Sometimes I'll sleep over like this side, and then I'm touching it and rubbing. So this is my first pink eye. I don't think it'll be my last. But this is basically what I would consider, it's 16 ounces. I have had it longer than I can imagine. And with its size like this, you can fit it right on the door. It is great. It comes in a larger bottle, which I'm thinking of getting. But basically, you are talking about just moving him out of the way to get to another product, because you don't have time for all products. So This is Myers, so it's got a little bit of hair on it. Let's move that. And it's called Clean Day. And this is my favorite fragrance, which is, it's made with olive oil and aloe vera. So this is something, if you have an aloe vera plant and you have some olive oil, you can make it yourself. It's a matter of what soap scent you want to put into it. And with this, they use honeysuckle, which is one of my favorite things. But also, you can do lemon, and I think that's perfect. So remember, aloe vera made with olive oil, and you put those two. And this is aromatherapeutic household product, creating clean and happy homes since 2001. Tough on dirt and grime, gentle on your home. And it's their hand soap, but it says honeysuckle blossoms grow in clusters and fill the summer air with a, it's hard to read here, tempting, sweet, and okay, so he's laid down on the middle part himself. It's very nice because it has like a little rug carpet there, and it's got like a seat there. So tempting, sweet, and an enticing scent. A charming mix of flowers and fruit. Now, I don't know if I can read the back of this or side of this, but this is what you get. It's made with plant derivative cleaning ingredients, essential oils, aloe vera extract, glycerin, and olive oil. And then made without paraben, something Mia and Dia, and artificial colors. Dog shaking, so we got that. And even the bottle without the pump is actually 30% less plastic, so it's not so bad. And then we go to the side. I'm not sure what they're gonna say, but it's basically what I would consider the second best. And I've had these both for the same amount of time, and you can it's still like full. So what I would actually what I would like to do is just go ahead and get the refill bottles on both of these and be able to pump it up, you know. I think that's the perfect solution. And just making sure both of these twist and turn off. And they're both door gifts. So what happens is he comes to me, I'm a mess. In the morning, I can just go ahead, cleanse and clean, and I'm good. And then when we get to a place, I basically just change out and everything is done. Because some people really do complain, you know, hey, why is this person, you know, what is she doing here? And then you can be done. So I can be done quicker changing than I am with the car stuff. So what I'm saying is be amazing, follow your hopes and dreams, and do whatever it takes to be able to enjoy the things that God gives you, and enjoy your day, enjoy your Sunday. May not be, you know, you may not understand the wrath, but it can crash over you, it can make you feel bad and everything. Like, you know, I really didn't know I made somebody feel bad, so you aren't aware. So, you know, some people could be like, I'm gonna get you and you and you and you, and I'm like, yeah, but you know, someone, you're just, you know, you're just not the same. And unfortunately, when you're not the same person, people lose their minds. That I'm not fat anymore, as fat as I was, they lose their minds. That I'm not thinner than I should be, they lose their minds. And the practicality is just be the best you can be. I mean, neighbors, right?